You just mentioned on radio how hard it is to adjust your putting speed. How hard is that to do within a round?
It shouldn't be that hard. I'm a professional golfer, but yeah, it's not the easiest thing in the world. Some days it just feels very natural. You don't even have to think about how hard you're hitting your putts, uphill or downhill. You just kind of dialed in, and today was one of those days where it just was wasn't like I don't think I three-putted any, but it just was just not quite there. And so with greens that have a lot of slope on them like these do, obviously matched in that line and speed is tough.
You got a pair of 66s. You can't be too displeased with that.
No, I'm not. I'm not disappointed at all.
What has been working so well for you these first two rounds, you think?
Everything. You said beating your head against the wall. Was there like a low point, like a round or tournament that you were particularly frustrated with how it went?
I mean, I would never say I really got that down about it, but yeah, it's hard. I mean, Greensboro was tough. I don't know what I shot. I shot a million over par there, and just didn't feel like I could do anything right. Wasn't hitting fairways and wasn't hitting my irons great, and couldn't make a putt, and it's just the way it goes sometimes. But came to Memphis and started to hit it a little bit better. Putted terrible the first 2 days. Hit it great the second day, so still shot 3 under despite putting awful, and said screw it, changed putters after the first 2 rounds last week. Just kind of figured I couldn't do any worse, and I've continued to work on my stroke, work on my reads, all the things that I'm doing, and have gotten a little more comfortable.
The putter change was from what to what?
Odyssey number 5 to Odyssey Versa number 7. So same weight, same length, same loft, same lie. So nothing changing in that regard. Just a little something different to look at.
Did you tweak anything in your stroke or setup or anything putting wise, or was it mainly just the putter?
Nope. Yeah, just working on the same things as always. But yeah, just something different in my hands.
Did the good feelings from Honda linger for a while, and were you at any times when things aren't going so well, do you ever think back to that and how big that was and how important that was for you?
It doesn't linger that long, unfortunately. It certainly makes it where little bad stretches are a little bit more bearable, because you can look at, it's not like you're grinding to try to make the first playoff event or grinding to try to keep your card. That is a lot more pressure and a lot more frustrating than where I was after not playing great for a few weeks. But it's nice looking back on those things, but sometimes in your game it can you can be 2 weeks separated from winning a tournament, and it feels like a distant memory. You just never know.
You obviously had one of the good stories of the year out here, and it wasn't at a designated event. It was at a regular event. Just curious how you feel about the change. We're going to a lot of those, and yet what you did was occurred, away from that spotlight.
I think they're doing a good job next year of not having too many of the signature events. There's going to be a handful, and those are going to be huge tournaments, and they're going to be really big. But it certainly leaves room in the schedule for I've kind of glanced through my schedule. I mean, I'll be playing all the signature events, but I'll be playing a lot of other regular ones too. And I think a lot of the top players in the world will also be able to play a good many handful of other ones. And then you also look at just how deep the PGA Tour is, how many great players there are out here. The guy that finishes 150 on the FedEx list every year is an absolute world-class player and is an unbelievable golfer. So there's always stories, and there's always people to pull for.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Is it actually true that you skipped the designated event in order to play on?
That's right.
You preferred that, right?
I did, yes. I typically don't play Riviera. I've played it maybe twice in my career. Just not a course that I was really comfortable on, and was planning on going back and giving it a try this year, with it being a designated event. And, you know, it's a golf course that I love. I'd put it in my top 10 favorite courses I've ever played, Riviera. I just, last few times I was there, I shot a lot of 73s and 4s, which doesn't do you much good. So yeah, I missed the cut in Phoenix, and after that, it was just like, you know what, I'm going to go home. I'm going to play Honda Bay Hill Players like I normally do, and so yeah, so made that kind of late change, and yeah, worked out all right.
What in that win linger for you? I mean, you hadn't won in a while, like you said, and
yeah,
it was a pretty big deal.
No, I mean, I think mentally it does, and you feel good about what you're doing. Okay. But golf is such a, you know, what have you done for me lately kind of sport. You know, I mean, I played there and I played Bay Hill, and then I missed the cut at the Players, and I got home, and you know, my wife, everybody wanted to celebrate. I was just kind of like, I'm just kind of pissed that I missed the cut at the Players. You know, that's just how we're wired, I think.
Okay.
Chris, there's been a couple guys from the Southeast who have done quite well lately. I think you're pretty familiar with Lucas, and you guys are good friends. And Brian Harmon, another Sea Island guy. How much does it help you to see guys that you come into contact with again and again, or that are friends of yours? Does that put a little bit of wind in your sails, or somehow can you draft off of that a little bit?
Maybe a little bit. You know, really, I'm just, you know, very, very happy for Brian and for Lucas, two guys that I've been friends with for a very long time, and you know, I don't really think about it much beyond that. I'm just happy to see them play well.
How are you a different player now than in 2014 when you were right up there for the FedEx Cup as well?
I weigh about 20 pounds more, I think.
Where?
Yeah. And yeah, I think that my golf swing has evolved and continued to get better and better as the years have gone on. It's wild for me looking back at some videos from 2013, 2014. I hate the way that my swing looked then. I feel like it's much more efficient now, but at the same time, I'm a lot older. I may not have quite the endurance that I had, even though I'm probably in better shape physically now. But 10 years older certainly takes a little bit of a toll, and so for me now, I think it's just kind of trying to be as efficient as possible. I think that was something I was very good at when I was young, early in my career, is kind of turning it into the best score. And so that's I have times when I feel like I do a great job of that now, and times where I don't.
Today did that pretty well?
Today was all right, yeah. Today, the last few days of games felt solid.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Thank you.